Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. So the last couple of episodes we have been working on this new steel stack. I have actually gone ahead and set up the order for the supply train, which is that, which is quite big. It's not as big as the green circuit one, but it will probably still take about 2 or 3 deliveries. None of them have been made yet, so we're going to do something different this episode while the supply train sorts that out for us. We have come over here to this mess here where we are constantly getting this sort of bot action, which is less than desirable. So I'm going to try and sort it out. I think what I'm going to do is relocate the iron probably through the middle, a double platform through the middle, and maybe do the same with the coal, which probably means that this is now in the wrong place and needs to come down here. So that's what we'll do first of all, and then there's a few other things in a similar vein that we are going to try and deal with. So let's get on with it. Let's head out this way and down here. For the moment, I actually probably should have blocked that one, but never mind, that will do. So yeah, first up what I'm going to do is basically relocate this stop here. So let's clear out some of these trees. And I suppose it's better that it can go up there. This is hashtag coal6, so let's just get rid of it. Hopefully my bots do all the work, because if these bots do the work, then we will lose the product, and I want to redeploy it, so I prefer not to lose it. Okay. Now, if we can get, actually, I probably should have copied it first. Not to worry, we can copy this one. Make a new blueprint quickly. It's just that bit that I want, I think. Place that in like so. Which one was that? Because I know that I don't want to keep it. Oops, I've just cleared it. Never mind, that will do. And now we basically want to... That one stopped there. Okay, that probably works for me because I can head up here, get out of the way, and head down into our new stop. See how that goes. Just as long as we clear that point, which we haven't quite. Okay, just a little bit more. Plenty. You can be hashtag coal6. Hashtag coal6, because the coal will probably out-survive the iron, I'm guessing. So that's the first part. That hasn't really achieved anything yet, but it will enable us to achieve stuff very soon. Let's get rid of trees. We have a rubbish depot here. There's no reason to hold on to trees. Do we have bots here? Oh, these ones are going to come over and do it for me. Okay, well that's fine. Now I don't know how much difference this is going to make to UPS by itself, but it certainly isn't helping UPS, and we do... It certainly, when we were close to the mark of 60 UPS and just dipping under the 60 UPS, fixing up things like this, was a significant helper, so it certainly would seem to be something that's going to help. I probably want to cut across about there. So these things are probably full as. Yeah, they're pretty full. Do I have some of these? I do. With a bit of luck, this will force the bots to start prioritizing these ones. Meanwhile, if we remove all of the miners, and get ready for... So obviously this heads over to the side a whole lot more, but that we'll be able to make that work, I'm pretty sure. I might actually need to take out some more. Yeah. I think we probably go down, so yeah, that would be this row as well. Alright. We can reposition them in due course. Now, while they're clearing that lot for me, they will get there eventually. What are we going to do with coal? Probably we want to be coming up this middle part. Except that that is very close to here, so the other option would be to go basically through the middle like that. I guess that would work better. So if I was to clear out all of these guys through here, that should give us the space for our adjustments. Now, how's this one going? Is it going to be done anytime soon? I really should have got more purple. Oh, what am I doing with 200 of those? Who knows? That's probably what I'm doing with it. Yeah, it could be a little while before that's ready, so I guess what we can do is come back to it in a little while, and it will be closer to being ready for our redeployment, rather than just sit here and wait for it, because there are some other things that I want to do. Doesn't look like we've got enough bots for charging up there either. It's not bots, roboports I meant. One thing that I do want to do, now this is a temporary measure because I want to completely redo these in our completely surround method, but if you notice down here, this one is not going, and it's not because of petroleum and it's not because of light, it's actually because of heavy. So our burning of heavy and converting it to light is not being 100% successful with just 3 of these. So I think what I need to do, well, there's 2 things I suppose I could do. I could cap this off with more beacons, or and what I will definitely do is add a 4th. So we're going to need a couple more chemical plants, and we are going to need some beacons, which neither of which I have on me. So what I'm actually going to do is drive to back to engineering and just pick those up. Let's hop in the front seat, that will probably work a little bit better. So just go to engineering, there's no need to go to unload. we'll grab those things and we will pop right back. I will probably cut this actually. It's probably the easiest thing to do. See you soon. And back down at Southwest Oil, so let's proceed with our adjustment that we needed to make, which is basically to place yeah, that way round. Oh, I didn't bring productivity modules. There's always something, isn't there? I did remember to bring pipes though, so that's at least something. I think what we'll do is make this one here feed 2, because that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, why not give them 4? Now we just need some energy. Ooh, I should have restocked those guys as well, but never mind. That gets everyone. Now, let us join this up like so, and oh, the supply train's not going to work for us. I'll have to come back and fix up the production modules. I didn't even think of them, I just wanted to make sure it got done. So this guy is running at 7.5 speed, these others are 5.6. There's like 1.5 more. Actually, it won't be quite as good as that once we have the prod modules in it, but it should be getting a lot more effect sources because all of these are hitting this one as well as these. It's a lot of, actually, that speed should be more than that, shouldn't it? Number of what? Number, oh, because it doesn't have the 3 productivity in it, but still 11. So these are getting 4 of these, but this one is getting 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, and then whatever it's got there. So it's actually going to get 13. Alright. We'll see what it looks like once we have the productivity modules in it. Let's do the same for this one, although this one is probably not quite as critical. It certainly makes sense to do it while we are here. Just get out of there. Some more beacons. Fortunately, I did have speed modules and power, and connect that up as well. So that should enable more of these to burn. It looks like it is. This is high, but it's not 100, which means it is coping with the demand. Does that mean that all of these are running now? Or some of these aren't now. But most of those are. So that's interesting. Anyway, that does look like it is better. I'll have to come back to fix up the prod module part. In fact, that's, since the next time I go anywhere, 10 will do. The next time I go anywhere near engineering, I want to pick those up. So what is our next step going to be? I do have a little bit of that. Good. Let's just fix up that mess. There's a lot of things. So we actually need to completely retire some of the copper, like this one here. I'd like to retire the oil, but it's probably not the time to do it. We need to fix up this one pretty badly. We also need to fix up this, and this is kind of a disgrace. I might try and do the copper in one go, which will probably culminate in, because I mean this is getting towards its last legs. In fact, we just need some speed modules in here to help speed that process up. So maybe I'll go to copper, hashtag copper 10. Let's just check on the area that we made some adjustments to see how we're going. I have picked up more of the active provider chests, so I guess what I might do is make all of these active providers and make these active providers just to speed up that process as well. So let's make our first stop hashtag coal 6, and then we will go over to the iron and start sorting that out as well. So I'll jump on board, head to hashtag coal 6, and I'll rejoin you once we're there. And back at coal 6. So what we are going to do is eliminate those empties, use our active providers to clear out these other full provider chests, both here in the coal and up in the iron. In fact, it looks like that one is already empty. Do the same up here, where we have already cleared out this part of the area, and actually even some of these passive providers have, oh, whoops, auto trash, we don't want any of that. Oh, that's what the problem is. Alright, oh, it's done it now. Fine. I guess we will be having some bots clear our inventory for us for a little while. That's okay. Might just wander down here so it's a bit easier for them. Come on guys, get rid of all this stuff from my inventory, thanks. Yeah, that should help. That'll help even faster. Oh, very close. Okay. Right. Let's leave that for another small period. Until it's naturally emptied itself, which will probably be the very next time we get there, and head to another site. Let's leap on board our train. So I think we're going to leave the copper for the moment and come up to hashtag iron 9. That probably isn't sitting on my list, but it's right there, so let's just go. We also have quite a task over here where this mine is completely expired. This is a mess. None of them are coming down here where we have plenty of resources, but they are coming up to this one that's going to exhaust very soon, and we need to wipe this bit out and reorganize the trains. I think there's only one that comes here now, but it's not going to get filled anytime soon, so we need to send it somewhere else. Likewise down here we need to move the platform probably hard over here and mine out this part of it. And of course this one here as well is a walking disaster at this point. Probably better split into two sets of two platforms, one sort of going through this part and one down here. So plenty of things for us to do. How long is this going to take? Probably a little while, so I guess we'll make another little cut here and see you shortly. And back at Iron 9. So, what is the best? Probably, I mean, maybe the best way would actually be if we went straight up the middle, but that's not going to work with these stops here, so I'd have to move them all around, and I don't really feel like doing that, so we will instead look to, maybe we'll do sort of have the swap between platforms around the corner, but plant that somewhere kind of like so, and obviously replace these altogether. That looks like the plan. So let's start off by getting rid of all of these miners, and yes, we will go to a two platform at this point as well. If need be, we can send some of our some of the trains to another station. We may even have to build additional stations for this iron at this point. I guess we'll see very soon. Don't even need one there, so that's good. So that's the plan for this one. I guess again what we basically need to do is in these spots we're going to want to rework. Which probably means I want to pick that one up and move it right into about there to free up this area. But I think we will again come back to that. Let's just check on coal 6 at this time. While we wait for that one to finish, we can probably come back here. Yep, the coal's all finished. The iron's all finished, so that is definitely one that I want to sort out this very episode. Let's jump back on board our train. We'll come back to this when it's done as well. But there's no point just sitting here while we wait. We might as well head back to coal 6. And again, another quick cut while we travel. And we are back. So what we want to do now is basically remove the requests. No wonder this isn't filling. Those are only 400. They should be like 700 like these ones. We want to remove the requests from all of these chests so that they can empty, so that we can close down these stations and replace them. Which hopefully we can do fairly quickly. It seems to still be a relatively busy station, so with a bit of luck that will be the case. Here we go. And these ones now, this row, it looks like there's a few of these that were never cleared up from long ago. So that will certainly help the clearance process, and then if we come up here, remove all of the spent these guys. In fact, let's get rid of, can probably afford to get rid of all of that. by the time we have placed this now, do I want it there or there? I guess there will be the most effective, so let's do that. We have no robo ports on us though, so may need to grab some. Oh, that's convenient. We must have had some in storage. We do need to try and connect that up though. There we go. And return power to this section. Now I think I'm going to want a row of miners here just to help the whole clearance process. We need that guy. Well, that's gotten in the way of putting a train station down. So this one is an iron 7. This will become the new iron 7. We need to restore some power to this roboport. And oh, I'm missing some power here as well, it would seem. There, that's better. Oh, and some on this side as well. There. So, now we effectively want to do the same to this area. Like so. And that's actually disconnected power to a whole bunch of these, which is kind of upsetting. How far off are we from some traffic getting here? There's 2 on the way. I guess what we want to do then is finish this off. Clear some of this forest area. It's clearly just in the way at this point. Especially since we're going to want to place a corner here. Oh no, we still have rail. I thought we might have been out for a moment. Yeah, none of this is helpful. These trees, and we have a perfectly good rubbish stop just, well, there. So it's easy enough to get rid of all of this excessive tree. That's the kind of thing that we wanted to see, so what we can do is actually they're all empty. How much have you got? 4.8. Is that all? It is. That's very good. So what we can do is we can delete this train stop, which will stop any further trains coming to this part. We can then move this train down, put it to manual temporarily. Just keep a beady eye here for no trains coming. And as soon as we've cleared the sort of access point there, go back to automatic. We'll go into another pathway and start emptying that as well for us. Meanwhile, we can start the removal of all of this infrastructure. It actually looks like that one is empty now as well. What are we up to? 5.8. That's not very much. And in fact, there is no other option for it at this point. So what we really need now is the coal trains to come through. Yes, that's going to go something like that. Maybe slightly more in the middle. And these will be coal 6 stops. Now the only question is, how are we going to handle this down here? What are you? You're an iron. I think you're going to be out of luck. Yeah. So the coal basically comes to the end here, and the iron goes up to there. At this point, I'd really like a coal train. And I suppose I could extend this up here. And just have it branch off. It's not actually directly in line with this one, however. Just trying to, well, at least I don't think it is. What are you? You're another iron train. Nowhere to go. Oh, and a rubbish train has been. Convenience of being right next to a rubbish stop. Let's just... I don't want this bit to build over just yet. Although, I mean, I can easily slap this down a second time, I guess. But there's some modifications, well, some fix-its that we need to do up top. First of all, just to make sure that this will work, I need to fix this little disconnect, and just here as well, we are actually out of chain signals, so let's get some more of those. That one is redundant. So this is going to stop a coal train getting there, so I think I will have to use that alternate pathway as our new pathway. Let me get chain signals first, bit of rail, maybe some more chain signals and some more rail. Yes, if that is the plan, let's put that into action. And this pathway doesn't have a lot of action otherwise, let's get rid of all of that. We now need a straight section. Might pay just to let some of this rubbish get drawn off. Oh, we actually have no construction bots here. Well, we can fix that. Fairly easily. There we go. Oh, where did I put the book? There it is. So let's carry on this revised access up here. I might just pause here for a bit. Yeah, we're going to need to do a save, and I'll just pause the recording and be back shortly. And to resume, so yeah, I just had to pause because it was a little bit noisy in the environment. So yeah, anyway, let's press on here. So we are basically trying to carve a new pathway for the revised location of the iron and coal 6 and iron 7. So hence we are currently blasting through all of these silly trees. It would really help if I put that down there instead of buried somewhere. So we're now in the vicinity of where I am going to want to split, put in a T-junction along here. Will be in the way of this oil, but I'm sure that's fine. Okay. No room for the trees, so let's pop down here. No room due to the trees. Let's pop over here and let the rubbish train sort this out. Shouldn't take very long. There we go. Let these other bots charge. We would have called another train down here already. Meanwhile, it's worth noting that up here the deliveries in fact have completed. So I will be able to run up here and build this out, which is something I'll probably actually do between episodes. I might introduce the trains and some of the logic as kind of the next episode, just to, but whatever the case, by the end of next episode this will be up and running. That's kind of my requirement. How about I just grab all of these, speed up their recharge. Good. Let's get back to this. So the way things are going, it doesn't look like there's another coal train here yet. So we might just have to rip this out as far as the coal goes. Let's just do that. And we need a two-way just here. Sorry, it's a T-junction, two-way T-junction. Which would be like so. Connect the ends up. Connect these ends up. and see how much room we have just up here. As expected, we are slightly off course, so I guess we will actually rip that off and a little bit of space. That's going up too far, so we'll get rid of a bit of that. Grab the corner. Probably get our extra fusion reactors in there for a little bit of extra charging happening natively. Right. Now that should be enough. Well, when we have fixed this issue, that should be enough to bring this online fully, so that let's just switch that back so that we can actually rip that out now, and that one direct you to iron 7, and it doesn't want to go anywhere for some reason. Alright, let's jump on board then. Go manual mode. Get out this way. No, it still doesn't like it. Oh, we do have another train down here at this point. Is it a coal train? No, it's not. It's another iron train. So why do they not like going down here? No, still doesn't like it. Could be a lot of things. We could be missing a single line of rail somewhere along here. That's all that it would take. We have actually come to a complete halt at this point, so that may have been exactly what it was. In fact, we are moving now, so let's get that one out of our hands. Now you go to iron 7. Coal 6, coal 6, coal 6. We'll have to maneuver these ones that are misplaced manually. If we drive up there, we can use it as a turnaround. You need to go to manual mode first. So yeah, if we just slot on up here till the end of the train is up here, you can then go to iron 7. We'll catch a ride until we're down to this one, do the same thing. Yep, back to manual. Oh, and there's another train behind us. Very interesting to see what that is. just keep on going up here. You can go to iron 7. This one's coming up, so it's probably a coal train. Yep, that's perfect. So we'll jump off and get out of map mode. Now, good, they're all completely exhausted. Let's clear that one away. How much do you have on you? 1.2k, that's not very much at all, that's fabulous. Use this one to try and clear out the rest. Oh, yeah, we'll come back into the wrong direction from my perspective. Okay, go back to coal 6. I don't care which one you clear out first. You will probably clear all of it by yourself, I should imagine. This doesn't appear to be working. It's probably copper in the requested chests up here rather than iron, so let's quickly fix that so that the iron can keep going. Yes, it is. That's exactly what the problem was, so we want that in the amount of 700 if you don't mind. So that should be enough to keep the iron train moving. Now, another thing that I'm going to want to do is actually break the connection between these two, but we'll worry about that when we're done here. I think we are done at this point. We can get rid of that. Drive the coal train down and back in one more time. Now we can start clearing out all of this infrastructure. Ooh. It would seem that we actually finished filling that coal train before it completely cleared out. But at least the iron trains are filling up. So what I want to do is we obviously need another coal train in here. So what I want to do basically is disconnect this connection. Oh. So we just need to get rid of this one and probably that one. This shows you just how large the extent of this field was originally. Have we done it? Are they separate networks yet? Yes, we've got 400 bots up here. That's possibly not really enough. They certainly are going to need some extra roboports. So how many we can give them? few extras up here, don't matter, it's just the ones down below that cause an issue. So yeah, let's throw in a few extra bots just to be on the safe side. And all of this stuff in between, let's get rid of it, because we really don't want all this extra network if it's not doing anything useful for us, which it most assuredly is not. And it does have a cost in the electric network. So, you have... Oh, you're outside a zone. Okay, we need... we need a bunch of these, basically. One there. And it's a bit awkward. One there. We need a couple of substations, which I guess that and that will supply us with, in which case we also need to get rid of those. Good, that powers up down here. Let's put another one of these in here. Right, all of that's powered up, so that's good. Remove all of this part, all of that part. There's a gap here, let's put in a roboport. Fix this silly error that I should have fixed in my blueprint ages ago, and this other one that's equally silly. One of them. Seem to have missed those. Well, not that it matters too much, but we may as well make sure that all of that works properly. So we are just waiting for another coal to head to coal 6, and none of them are obliging us. Clear all those out. 900 logistic bots there. Well, there's another 100 here. They can come up here. $700 is probably more than we need. I don't plan on waiting around for that to finish. So I guess the other one that we wanted to do quickly was this one. It's ready to go now as well. It desperately needs our attention. I think we have probably done enough for this episode though, so What I'm going to do is once again leave here until another coal turns up to clean out the remainder of this. It won't take it terribly long, but I'd rather it did it than me pick it up and then have to transfer it over here. Actually, we will do one last thing. How much coal is in each of those? What's the demand? Oh, we've cleared it. We will set these to order coal in the amount of 700. That will at least mean that these are ready to go as soon as the lines are engaged. So there you have it. But yes, as I was saying, so we'll leave it there. I will between times fix up this iron, come back to coal, and lay down this so that we are very close to ready to actually turn on the trigger and have it go for next time. But thanks for joining me for this one, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.